I was going to say that SEO with Fat Joe is as peaceful as this, but then the birds are all having fights.
Did you know that Google personalizes many searches by city and Also Ask is the only tool to access live People Also Ask data at city level? Try for free at alsoasked.com.
Tired of SEO guesswork? Quadra's AI agent goes deeper to uncover high-impact optimizations and completes hours of SEO in minutes. Get started now.
Hey, good to see you all. Wasn't Amy amazing? Yep. Don't get too enthusiastic, guys. I know it's almost beer o'clock, but yeah, good to be here. I almost wasn't here actually because I had a classic case of imposter syndrome. I'm like, who am I to speak in front of these experts? So I thought to help myself, I would ask ChatGPT to actually pitch this talk to the organisers of Brighton PPC Hero, because I didn't feel like I had the confidence to do it. So this is what I said. I said, ChatGPT, I need you to pitch a talk idea to the organisers of Brighton PPC Hero. I've never spoken at one before, and it needs to sound amazing. I guess it worked, because I'm here. And my point being that it's easy to fool people. It's easy to fool people with AI. It's easy to make the point that something actually isn't real. It's easy to manipulate truth using AI. And that's what I want to talk about today, the fact that AI is making it increasingly hard to trust things, especially in marketing. Wouldn't we agree? Especially in digital marketing. It's hard to know what's true, what's fraudulent, what's being manipulated. I'm a dad. I've got 5 kids. My oldest is 21. I know I don't look it. I've got a 21-year-old, and amongst the 5, there's a 16-year-old boy. And he sent me a text a few weeks ago. And the text said this. Dad, random person sent me this on Messenger. Then there's this text message from the Royal Mail parcel notification. Dear customer, we regret to inform you that your Royal Mail parcel cannot be delivered due to missing or damaged address information. Not quite sure what damaged address information is, but to ensure prompt delivery, please update your details. Click the link below. Now, he's a 16-year-old boy. He likes clicking on links, but even my 16-year-old boy knew not to click on that link. He guessed that it was fraudulent, and it turns out that it was. It was from this email. Obviously, fraudsters don't just use text. They're increasingly using ads, and specifically Google ads. Here's an example. It's from JP Morgan credit card. It's a US bank. One of their products is Chase credit card. So here's the ad. Looks like an official ad from Chase. It's got the Chase domain. It's got the Chase copy. But actually, beneath the surface, it's a fraudster. It's Yangon Digital Technology based out of Hong Kong. We're seeing a massive rise in impersonation fraud. Since 2021 to today, there's been a 49% increase in impersonation, not just in text, not just in ads, but right across digital media. Ad fraud affects brands in multiple ways. And today, I know it's almost beer o'clock, so I'll be brief. I want to talk about 3 things, 3 ways in which impersonation fraud affects brands. And the first one is this, impersonators. An impersonator is an unauthorized party that creates an ad mimicking a brand's identity. Here's an example. I found this example just a couple of weeks ago. This is from Get Your Guide. Looks like an official brand ad for Get Your Guide, but it turns out, just like in the case that we saw with Chase credit card, that this is actually a fraudulent ad. It was created by this company. Hong Kong, Lucky Star, again, based out of Hong Kong. The question is, why would someone do that? The reason why fraudsters do this is that they profit by including an affiliate link in the ad. And when I say profit, I mean profit. Like, I've seen some affiliate fraudsters making $20,000 a month just by targeting one brand. And most of these are fraudsters are targeting multiple brands. They're making serious amounts of money. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, maybe this could be a little side gig. I want to just make the point that this is fraud. It's fraud. It's impersonation fraud, and it's prohibited. Affiliates are not allowed to create ads that mimic brand ads. That's part of the T's and C's. And generally, they're not allowed to send traffic via a PPC ad. So the question is then, how can you detect these ads? Well, just like when someone's lying, there are a number of tells. And the first tell that you can use is around grammar, around spelling, around pronunciation. We'll go back to the example from Get Your Guide. Can you see some grammatical errors, you PPC wizards? Call them out. Not all at once. I can help you if you need it. Obviously, Get Your Guide is in lowercase, and you can see from the SEO organic listing there that it should be in a higher case. Obviously, you've got the box brackets around Get Your Guide in the title there. So grammatical errors, that's one of the tells that this maybe ad is a bit dodgy. But obviously with AI, it's becoming increasingly easy to fool people, just like I did to the organizers of this event. Don't tell them. So that's one thing, but it's becoming increasingly it's becoming increasingly easy to use just normal English, even if you're not a native English speaker. The second and more trustworthy tell is by clicking, gosh, you really do have to click this hard, on the 3 dots. And obviously that brings up the Google Ad Transparency Center. And there you can see a number of things. You can see the legal name. This advertiser is Hong Kong Lucky Star. Guess where they're based? In Hong Kong. And so generally as a rule, if the name and the location don't match the name and location of the brand, something's probably off. I say as a general rule because obviously brands work with agencies, they work with different partners, some of whom have got authority to advertise on their behalf on their own MCCs. But as a general rule, that's a great way of just doing a quick manual check to see if this ad that I'm clicking on is a legitimate ad. This type of fraud is getting worse, and it's getting more complicated. Fraudsters are increasingly hiding their identity and making it hard to detect. And one of the ways that they're doing that is that they're using different domains, different intermediate sites to hide behind. This example here is one that we discovered. This is from, I think, Samsung. Yeah, Samsung. You can see right at the bottom there, very small Samsung. And what you're seeing here is the user journey. So it's starting at the Google ad, and then it's going through a number of different functions. They're sending the user through these functions. And this, by the way, happens at the blink of an eye. You can just see the URL sometimes flicker, and that's what's happening here. The user's getting passed through these different functions. You can see there in the middle, there's a fake blog. Typically, this is the blog that the affiliate uses when they apply to the program. So they're saying, our traffic's going to come from this really great blog. But in fact, it's coming from a Google ad. So there's the user journey. And then obviously it lands on the domain, which includes the affiliate link. Like I say, it's increasingly hard to detect these, but if you do detect them, the question is then what can you do with these ads? Well, there's a number of actions. The first is that you can stop or you can pause these affiliate fraudsters from your program. Suspend them from the network. You can have a zero tolerance policy, or you can, one warning and you're out. Different brands have different policies. You can stop or you can pause them. Secondly, you can report them to the ad platform, whoever that is, whether that's Google, Bing, Yahoo. You can report them to the ad platform. And thirdly, you can file a report abuse to the network, whoever that is, AWIN, etc. Guess which of those 3 actions is the most effective? I remember you guys don't talk. I'll let you into a secret. It's not talking to Google. You would have guessed. The most effective is stopping or pausing them, kicking them out of the network, because when they stop getting paid, they stop bidding. That leads me on to my second point. Brand bidders. Brand bidders. What is a brand bidder? A brand bidder is a competitor who is actively bidding on your brand terms to win customers. We've all done it. We all do it. It's the joys of an open and a free market. As part of one of my roles, I speak to a lot of brands, and it seems like a common complaint that brand CPCs are increasing. I spoke to one large UK advertiser just a couple of weeks ago, and he said over the last 9 months, his brand CPCs have gone up 89%. That's maybe encouraging to some of you. 89%. Obviously, there's a lot going on in his account. It was pretty badly managed. But beyond that, there are some common factors that are causing brand CPCs to go up. In this graph, we did some analysis of a US client of ours, and we looked at 7 of their top brand terms, and we looked at the amount of competitors that were appearing for those brand terms in Auction Insights. And what you can see, obviously, is that the amount of competitors appearing has massively increased over this time period. This is a few months leading up into Christmas. In some cases, it's more than doubled. One of the reasons for that is that ad depth is increasing. The amount of organic real estate is decreasing. And for, I guess, this crowd, the good news is that the amount of ad real estate is increasing. But with that, obviously, CPCs around brand are also going up. Obviously, another factor is broad match, PMAX. Brands are buying traffic that previously they weren't buying, bidding on competitors maybe that they previously weren't bidding on. And all of this is pushing brand CPCs up as a general rule. I just want to briefly touch on one tactic that can be employed to control and helpfully reduce brand CPCs. It's around trademark infringement. Monitoring ads that contain your trademark. Just for a moment, imagine you run Emirates PPC and you are capturing a lot of brand traffic for Emirates. And then you get on the computer and you do a search for Emirates flights, and you discover that the first ad for Emirates flights is not an Emirates flights, but it's actually this one. Emirates promo code 2025, flat 10% off. Everyone loves a deal, but the fact is this deal doesn't exist. When you click on this ad, it actually takes you through to this page, which is a beautifully designed coupon page for Emirates. Obviously, this is damaging for Emirates, damaging for their brand, doesn't look good. It's also damaging for the overall marketing budget, because every time someone clicks on that code, it takes them through to Emirates, but without a discount, but with an affiliate link. This is brand bidding, it's manipulative messaging, and it's also trademark infringement. Like, this is as bad as it gets. The good news for Emirates is that they can do something about this. The shocking thing is that Google doesn't do anything. In fact, they made it harder. Last June, they brought out a new policy, whereas previously they would monitor trademarks in a particular market for a brand. Now they don't. Now the onus is on the brand to monitor their own trademarks. The good news is you can do that. You can do it manually, and I would advocate for doing it in an automated fashion. You can monitor for trademark infringement. The question then is, what do you do? What do you do? Well, there's 3 actions. There's 3 actions you can take. The first is legal. Cease and desist letters, other legal options available. The second is agreements. You can form mutual agreements with competitors that you won't bid on each other's terms. Obviously, if you're using PMAX or BrawMax, you need to use negatives, but you can form agreements. And the third is you can report them to the ad platform. Like I say, because of the update, the onus now is on brands to do the reporting. We saw one client who recently took this very seriously. Over a 3-month period, they reduced brand CPC by 20% by really going after trademark infringement. So this stuff Really, really does work. If you're working with a brand that has trademarked their name, you can use this really effectively. So we've looked at impersonation, we've looked at brand bidders, and thirdly, we're going to change gear a little bit, and I want to talk about something that's maybe potentially the most damaging of all three. Are you ready? Yeah. Who said yeah? Come on, man. We're ready. Okay, the third and final, you'll be glad, is phishers. Phishers. A phishing ad is when a fraudster uses an ad to steal data and or money. A couple of months ago, I was doing a bit of work for this brand, Shopify. I was running some fairly sophisticated monitoring tools on their US campaigns. Whilst I was doing that, I came across an ad for Shopify phone support. Now, if you know Shopify at all, they don't want to talk to you on the phone. In fact, I don't think any brand wants to talk to you on the phone. You might get through to an AI bot these days, but phone support's out. So I was intrigued. I was like, this is weird. There's an ad for Shopify phone support. So what I did was I got my Loom set up and I started recording what I was doing, because I thought this could be interesting for my friends at Brighton PPC, or SEO, whatever this is called. So I recorded what happened when I clicked on this ad and made it into a little video. Are you ready? Yeah. Shopify users are being scammed. Right now, there's a phishing scheme involving Google Ads targeting Shopify users and stealing sensitive customer information. In this video, I want to show you what's going down. We've detected this ad using the tool impersonally. It looks like a Shopify ad. It's on the search term Shopify phone support. So customers are searching for phone support for Shopify, seeing this ad, and then when they click on it, they're being taken through to a Shopify.com page, but using query injection, they've actually inserted this telephone number, and I'm going to actually call the number now to see what happens.
Thank you for dialing support. You are speaking with Eric. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. Is this Shopify?
Yes, sir. This is Shopify. How may I help you?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get logged in.
You're not able to log in into your account?
Yeah, correct.
Can you please let me know the registered email address which is linked with your account? What is that?
gmail.com.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link on your email address. You need to verify yourself and create a temporary password to log in into your account, okay? Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Now check your email. Have you received any email from Shopify?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah, you have to create a temporary password over there.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to enter secure, SECURE at 1234, and you can change it after some time on your own password. Okay, it's just a temporary password so that you can able to log in into your account.
Wait, what? Did you hear that?
Temporary password so that you can able to log in into your account. After that, you can change right now you have to enter a temporary password that is secure, SECURE, secure at the rate 1234.
Okay. So, but can I not
all in small letters?
Why do I have to use that password? That Google ad that I clicked on was from an advertiser called THTS.A, not from the official Shopify ad.
You can go ahead on the official website and get a help from there.
So you're not actually Shopify, are you?
Sir, as I said, I'm from Shopify. I can help you, but there should be a process for that. And
you're using a Google ad to scam customers from Shopify.
Sounds good, sir. You can go ahead and get a help from there.
This message is being recorded.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
We're going to expose the scam that you're performing. Have a good day. And there we go. And this is something to be aware of. Let's break down the scam. It all started with a Shopify ad on Google that looked like an official ad, but in fact was placed by a scammer. When I clicked the ad, it took me through to the Shopify domain with a telephone number. When I called it, I was connected to a fake customer service agent posing as a Shopify support member of staff. They sounded professional.
You're speaking with Eric. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. Is this Shopify?
Yes, sir. This is Shopify. How may I help you?
And asked for my email, pretending to help me to recover my account. Then they sent me a real password recovery email from Shopify's legitimate website. But here's the trick. They tried to convince me to reset my password using a new one that they provided. Secure 123. Okay.
Yeah, you have to enter secure, SECURE at 1234, and you can change it after some time.
Now, if I had followed their instructions, they would have taken full control of my account, locked me out, and stolen sensitive business and customer data. Luckily, I caught on before it was too late. Stay safe And make sure the ads you're clicking on originate from the official Google Advertiser account. Yeah, that scam is scary because it exploits something we trust, not just Google Ads. Hopefully you trust them less now. But also domains. They'd inject it into the Shopify domain. But that's happening across industries, whether it's retail, banking, even marketing agencies. In December, some scammers were running these ads targeting PPC executives and managers, targeting agency owners, trying to fish for that Google ad login. That was a massive, massive deal. You click on these ads, it would take you through to a fake login page hosted on Google's domain. So the ad looked like a Google ad to the Google ad domain. And people were clicking on it. Late at night, account managers, tired, they're just not paying attention. And thousands, hundreds of thousands of agencies were affected. I spoke to one of my colleagues about this. His friend works with a very well-known agency. You'd know the name of this agency. And I asked him what happened. His girlfriend works there. And he said this. He said it was mad to hear how much it had an impact. I said, did they manage to regain control of their accounts? Yeah, in the end. My girlfriend's agency had to tighten up loads of security. The hacker got hold of the account again, basically spent loads of money. That sucks. Ad fraud sucks. Impersonation fraud sucks. Phishing sucks. Trademark infringement sucks. My final question to you is, how do we avoid being suckers? 3 brief things. I've got 38 seconds. First, audit regularly. So you can do audits regularly. You can search for your brand, common keywords, see who's bidding. You can use Google's Ad Transparency Center when it works. Secondly, you can automate monitoring. Like, manual checks are okay if it's small scale, but if you're running any level of volume, you've got to automate this process. I'm a big fan of this company, but there's many other brands and different ways that you can do this. But automate the monitoring. Thirdly, and finally, enforce rigorously. Submit violations to Google, report bad affiliates, enforce trademark protections. I believe that in 2025, the brands that win are not those just with the best ads, but those who protect their ad budgets. This stuff isn't just theoretical, it's happening right now. So I just want to encourage you not to let the fraudsters take control, but to take back control. My name's Jonny Giddens. I work with Impersonally. If you want a one-on-one audit or conversation, do scan the QR code. Thank you so much for listening.